Maraming salamat for joining us on yet another day here on Kababayan Today. Ako po si G. Tonji, ang inyong host. Today, we have our midweek news updates from Asian Journal.
Asian Journal, the Filipino-American community newspaper since 1991.
Kasama natin si Annie Nepomuceno, ang ating Los Angeles correspondent from Asian Journal.
Magandang hapon sa iyo, G.
Magandang hapon din.
At ito ang ating mga balita. Los Angeles is another step closer toward the bid for the 2024 Olympics following the City Council's approval on Tuesday, September 1st. In a 15-0 vote on Tuesday, Mayor Eric Garcetti now has the authority to pursue the bid with the U.S. Olympic Committee, or the USOC. The council added that it wants to be included in the process for the next 2 years and vote on the final bid agreement that will be presented to the International Olympic Committee, or the IOC. The USOC also confirmed at a press conference on Santa Monica Beach that L.A. will be its candidate to the IOC. Boston was a leading contender for the 2024 Olympics. However, in July, the city dropped out due to the lack of public support and questions about taxpayer spending. The USOC said polling data shows that over 30% of LA's residents are in support of hosting the Olympics. An initial proposal for 2024 released by Eric Garcetti and sports executive KZ Wasserman has a $4.1 billion budget, in addition to $150 million in insurance premiums and $400 million for cost overruns. A $161 million surplus is expected, according to Garcetti, who cited revenues from broadcast, sponsorship, and ticket sales. The Olympics were previously held in Los Angeles in 1932 and 1984. The U.S. hasn't hosted the Summer Games since 1996 in Atlanta. Contenders have until September 15 to bring their bid to the IOC. Among other international contenders are Paris, Rome, Hamburg, and Budapest. The IOC will announce the 2024 host city in 2017.
Ang laki talaga ng mga budget ng Olympics, no? That's a very big budget indeed, but hopefully it will bring revenue to Los Angeles, and maybe I can watch the Olympics for the first time in my life live.
Yes, so same here.
All right, on to our second story.
Yes, our next story. Following the death of another Filipino journalist on Thursday, August 28, the Committee to Protect Journalists called on Philippine President Benigno Aquino III on Tuesday, September 1st, to work towards eliminating attacks against press in the country. Radio broadcaster Cosme Maestrado, 46, the most recent victim, was shot to death by 4 unidentified gunmen, according to The Guardian. On August 19, Teodoro Escanilla, a radio anchor for DZMS, was shot in front of his house. On August 18, newspaper columnist and publisher Gregorio Ibanez was shot dead in front of his home. In 2015 alone, 6 journalists have been killed in the Philippines and 32 since Aquino assumed the presidency in 2010, according to a Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism report. If 3 most incidents are determined to have been work-related murders, the number of journalists killed in the Philippines since 1986 will be 150, according to Philippine Media Watchdog Center for Media Freedom and Responsibility. The Philippines is ranked the 3rd most deadly country for journalists around the world by the Committee to Protect Journalists, following Iraq and Syria.
That's not very good news indeed, especially for journalists.
Yes, and they're just doing their job, and these people are very passionate, and it's unfortunate that they are put in very dangerous situations.
Kailangan talaga ng government support dito. All right, on to our third and last story for today.
In high school, Jaime Ballesteros didn't think he would be able to attend college because of his undocumented status. Originally from Bacolod City, Philippines, Ballesteros was 11 years old when his family moved to Jersey City in New Jersey after his father obtained a temporary work visa for an accounting job. However, when the recession hit, Ballesteros' father lost his job and the visa. The Ballesteros kept his undocumented status a secret at first, but his English teacher helped him research colleges that could offer merit scholarships for undocumented students. During Ballesteros' junior year in college, his mom encouraged him to apply for the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or the DACA program that President Obama announced in 2012, and he was approved to live and work in the U.S. legally. Sharing how he wanted to be civically engaged but didn't know how to do that while being undocumented, Ballesteros came across Teach for America. Ballesteros is now entering his second year as a high school chemistry teacher. In July, 9 educators who have received DACA were honored by the White House as champions of change. On Wednesday, August 26, the city of Los Angeles presented a certificate to Ballesteros in an intimate ceremony. In addition to teaching, Ballesteros is currently pursuing a master's degree in urban education at Loyola Marymount University and hopes to shape education policy in the future.
All right, maraming salamat, Annie, for being here once again to share the news from Asian Journal. If you want to see the complete details of the stories we read today, they are on the website asianjournal.com. Maraming salamat. We'll be right back here on Kababayan Today.